YouTube, this is Crazy Samurai 1 here, bringing another video. Today I'm bringing a video on a live reaction for the Power Rangers Movie 2017 trailer that just got released, and I want to do it because it's just coming out right now, so I want to give you guys my response to it and see my reactions. So here we go. So hold on one second. Here we go.
None of us really know each other, but we were all in the same place.
All right.
Found those coins.
Okay.
Don't you feel weird?
We're strong.
All right. Let's see.
The answer to what is happening to you is here. You five are the
All right, that's cool. See the five Rangers like set up like that. Any other questions out of that? Oh, we like Iron Man or Spider-Man. I love that. I love it.
Me and 4 kids found a spaceship buried underground.
Whoa!
Pretty sure I'm a superhero.
What?
Okay, a lot of the same stuff, but still cool.
Rangers. How cute.
I love that. I love Rita. Oh my god. I wonder what those were. Huh? Let's see. It's cool. Alright, awesome. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this. Really cool clip. I love it. It's awesome. Obviously not as exciting as the second clip, but still really awesome. It's a lot of the same stuff that we've already seen from a combination of the first trailer, the second one that we saw more recently, and this is our third one now. So it's mainly just a combination of the first two with added bits that like attach on to what we've already seen from it. So it's not like we're getting anything that's really that new for the most part. A lot of that stuff has been done before or shown to some extent. So be aware of that, and it's only a minute long, which means it's the shortest trailer we have gotten so far, because obviously the first two are about a little over 2 minutes each. So definitely big difference there in length, and that also means that things are, you know, chop, quick scenes rather than dragged out longer scenes like we saw in the longer trailers, and that's fine. And I think that that's good that they're not doing a massive trailer, because again, we don't want to have some, like, I'm sorry to say, but the Batman versus Superman situation where in that movie those trailers, especially the last one I believe it was like a 5-minute trailer. That's too long. And it wasn't like there was just one trailer that's 5 minutes long. It was like they had 3 or 4 different trailers that went on. And one of them was like 5 minutes long, but the other ones were still fairly long. And it's just sort of like, you know, we don't want to have too much. This reveal is just enough. So that's good. Between all three I'm talking about. And it's also important that, like, you know, not every single moment within all three is new footage, so that's good too. I mean, the first trailer obviously was completely new, but you understand my point. Anyway, some things that I noted that were interesting. They ended up throwing stuff out. They ended up throwing some things out in the cockpits, and at first I was sort of like, "What is that?" And when I saw like the second one, I just noticed it. It was just really. It was like, "Oh, okay, I know what this is." That's actually supposed to be the power swords, unextended. Because you have to remember that they have the extended. Because if you saw the Red Ranger, you saw how he kind of like his blade just sort of comes out with the power sword. It doesn't start off that way. It starts off small. So basically, what's being thrown at them, it looks like, is the condensed versions of the power sword, which is cool. I actually think that that's good to see that, and it also means that, you know, they are not having to have it all the way out whenever when they're doing stuff. You know, they can walk around and it's easier to lug around. They can just put it in a pocket, although I'm not really sure how the suits work in that sense with pockets, but you get my point. I'm sure there might be some holster. But yeah, no, I think that that's cool. What also was interesting that I think was probably the only scene that I really noted that seemed pretty new for the most part was probably looking at Rita, like in the construction site, somehow summoning up Goldar. Like, you could see the gold essence just kind of shaping and forming around, and you could just see him just getting big, which was cool to see that. I think that was awesome to see because we finally get to see how that's going to look in the movie in some extent. I honestly don't know if that's going to be the only time we're going to see Goldar being formed like that or what. He might just be showing up at the very end. He might be showing up at some other point. It's very unclear right now. I don't expect any other characters really to be introduced, like other than Lord Zed maybe towards the very, very tail end or the very beginning for like a split second or something like that, just to kind of hype him up and make him more intimidating and monstrous sounding. But other than that, I really don't expect to see much of any other characters. I don't expect to see Finster, Babu, or Squat. Maybe we'll see some sort of incarnation of Bulk and Skull. As of now, there's no clear indication as far as whether or not it's actually going to happen, but I'm sure there'll be something at some point. So anyway, so it's a little unclear as to what's going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know anything for a fact as far as what their plans are. It could go multiple ways, but I'm kind of hopeful that it will turn out to be a pretty awesome thing overall. I don't know anything else though about what their plans are yet, but we'll see. I have to wait and see though. And also this movie does look like we only have about 35 days until the official release, but technically if you're going to see it on a Thursday, then 34 days, so about 5 weeks roughly until the movie actually releases finally, and then we can say like we're golden, we're awesome, things are looking good. I don't know anything else yet. It's still very we're getting there, and most likely this will be treated as the TV spot. They'll probably cut it up into a 30-second TV spot, since most likely most TV spots tend to be about sometimes a minute, but usually they tend to put them out as a 30-second bit rather than a full-on whole minute, because it's a lot of time to really use. They'll probably have an extended version and a condensed version that they'll show depending on what they feel like doing at different times, but mainly it will be the condensed version, which is fine. And I liked all the bits with like Alpha and like him being like, yeah, that was just awesome at the end, with like the mini hologram soldier or whatever. Like, that was cool. I don't know anything else though about what else they're planning on doing. I just I'm very curious. I spent like 2 hours trying to figure out what they were trying to do beforehand, because they had that whole entire campaign going with the 75,000 likes that they were trying to reach. So I honestly had no idea what to expect with this. I didn't know if it was going to be a 2-minute, a 3-minute, a 1-minute, a 30-second thing or not. But it is cool to see that this was released. I kind of expected something like much more as far as new stuff goes, but in a lot of ways the second trailer did what it needed to do, and I'm sure they're going to really only prioritize showing in the movie trailers and stuff like that from now on the second trailer, because this is probably just going to be for the TV spots. I don't see any reason why they're going to show it anywhere else than the TV spot, and that's what people have been wondering, what's the TV spot going to be. This is probably what they're going to do. They didn't do something new specifically for TV that went just directly to the TV, but you get my point. We'll see what happens though. I don't know much else. I'd love to know your guys' opinions below. Check out my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. What do you guys think? Are you guys looking forward to this movie? The movie comes out the 24th again, so please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys excited for this movie? Leave your comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Until then, guys, I'm Crazy Star 1, and goodbye, guys.